Happy Thanksgiving weekend, everyone, and hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. Back to the email questions this week, and first one out of the box is Mike asking, do I know anything about Magic Jack and what do I think? Magic Jack is a unique little gadget. I've only seen the Magic Jack in operation one time, and it seemed to work just fine. What it is, it looks like this little gadget thing right here. And it's a USB plug that you plug just a standard RJ11 phone jack into. You get a phone number assigned to it, and you can make free calls from any computer that has a high-speed internet connection. So you can bring your phone with you, and you can have your own phone number, voicemail, all that kind of stuff with you. $40 for the product, and then after the first year, it's $20 a year for the service. You can go to magicjack.com to read more information. It's gotten a lot of accolades. From what I saw, it worked. But other than the one time I've seen it, I haven't seen it since. Rich has an interesting question about a DVD he received of some footage of himself. He wants to copy that footage from the DVD back to his computer, edit it, and then maybe upload it to YouTube or do other things with it. And yes, you can do that, Rich. A DVD burner is not necessary. You do need a DVD reader at the very least, and you hook it into your computer, and you're going to need some kind of capture software to be able to capture the data off of that DVD onto your computer. You might be able to do it just simply with Windows Movie Maker, but it depends on the way they created the DVD to begin with, because usually DVDs, particularly commercial DVDs, will put a write protection on it so you can't copy the data back to your hard drive. But if you have just a homemade DVD, which it sounds like you do, you shouldn't have any problems using some of the editing software that's out there to grab the data off the DVD, copy it to your computer, and then edit it after that. Norma is using Norton 360 and WebRoot SpySweeper, wondering if she needs both. Personally, if I were you, Norma, I would get rid of both. I wouldn't use Norton 360 and I wouldn't use WebRoot SpySweeper. In its place, I would use AVG antivirus or the Avast antivirus, and then use another product like maybe Spybot Search and Destroy or Super Anti-Spyware or some of the other products out there that I think work a lot more efficiently than either of the products you have on your computer, and I think the freezes you're having on your computer will go down substantially. Amber's having a keyboard issue, and she's tried 3 different keyboards over the last few months, and they've all stopped working. The one question you didn't answer, the one question I'd like to ask you, Amber, is do you have the USB end? I'm going to find my cord here. Are you using a USB keyboard or using one of these PS2 keyboards? Because if you're buying the PS2 keyboard or using a PS2 adapter and you're having that problem with the keyboards quitting, it could be something in that PS2 connector that's having the problem on the computer. So what I would do is scrap the PS2 and use the USB, and you're probably going to be okay. And Amber, if you've tried the USB keyboard and you're still having problems with it as well, I suggest you take your computer to a shop, have them look at the motherboard, make sure there isn't any other problems going on with your computer. But I got a feeling you're using that PS2 connection instead of the USB, and you'll probably have a lot of luck going to the USB. Elaine's writing in about a problem she's having with PowerPoint and opening up PowerPoint attachments that are attached to email. And she said she used to be able to do it prior to her hard drive crash, and she's wondering how she can get it to be done again. Well, go to my website, go to helpmerick.com, and then search, as I just did, for PowerPoint email. It's the only thing you have to search for. And one of the first options you're going to see, I think it's the third option actually you'll see, is opening PowerPoint files in Outlook Express. And I'm assuming that's what you're using. And if you click that tip, you will get to a tip on how to use a little tool. So there's a PowerPoint viewer, but then there's a PowerPoint show fix. It's a little tool that makes the connection between Outlook Express and PowerPoint viewer so that you can open up those attachments easier. It's very simple to do, a small download to download, but I have all the steps written out there for you under opening PowerPoint files in Outlook Express. After you search for the tip and follow the steps, you'll be viewing your PowerPoint files in your email quickly and easily again. Diane has an e-machine that she can't keep running for more than about 20 seconds at a time, and to me this sounds like a classic heat problem. She says she's replaced the power cord, she's tried to plug it in different parts in the house, continues to have the same problems, but after 20 seconds it shuts itself off. So to me it sounds like a classic heat problem where it's getting too hot, and once it gets too hot it shuts down. The other thing it could be is a power supply problem, and the power supply is where you plug your your power into the back of the computer. There's a little box there that provides power to your computer. If it's having a problem, it'll have some of these same symptoms. Bottom line, Diane, is you need to get it into a shop, have them look at the fans, have them look at the power supply, and replace either or both of those, usually for less than $100. It's usually a fairly inexpensive fix, and you probably should have this e-machine up and running quite well again. Ann is one of the first people to notice, or at least to write in and notice, that we have widened the view of helpmerick.com a little bit, and it is because of YouTube. YouTube has gone to a widescreen format, so I'm going to try to format most of my new tips and these weekly videos of answering your email questions in the wider screen format. So I had to stretch my page just a little bit. For those of you out there that are still running 800 by 600 resolution monitors, that's just not going to cut it in today's internet. Things continue to get larger and larger, and it's best if you're running on a widescreen format, if you have a widescreen flat panel, or at least a 1024 by 768, which is considered pretty low resolution today, monitor, so that you can see everything the way it's meant to be seen on the internet. Jill has an interesting question about having to reinstall Windows XP. Now she has 2 different Windows folders on her computer, and obviously Windows has a lot of information, and she wants to get rid of one of the folders or the other, but she needs to know which one and how to do it. And unfortunately, Jill, it's not an easy solution. There is a solution I found for you, and it's right here at a website called John Barrett Computer Journalist, and it is 19 steps. 19 steps to get it done. He does have it well outlined for you, and again, I think if you follow those steps very carefully, you'll probably get this done. I do caution you that if you do make a mistake, you're going to blow the ability to boot up your computer at all, so make sure you know exactly what you're doing. You may even want a computer person to help you do this. The website for this is here, tinyurl.com/66rff2. And if you go to that website, don't put a www in front of it, just type that in your browser. That'll take you to John Barnett's website and those 19 steps to help you get rid of the second Windows folder. Here is a person by the name of Kitty Castellini. I don't think it's a relation, but hello Kitty, thanks for finding my website. And she's wondering, do I know WordPress? She's looking for someone to help her with her website to get it updated and keep it running. I don't do WordPress very often. I use a system called Drupal for my website, and I don't do any website consulting. There are plenty of WordPress people out there that'll be willing to help you out, and the best place I can tell you to go is to the WordPress forums. If you go to wordpress.com and then search on their support forums, they have a whole section of people there that are consultants that are willing to help people out with WordPress and getting their sites up and running. So good luck with your site, and thanks for writing, Kitty. We're going to end today's question and answer period with a question from Dixie, who's writing about converting to Firefox. She's a little bit nervous about losing her favorites or if it's going to change any settings on her computer once she downloads Firefox. And the answer to both those questions is no. You won't lose any favorites. Firefox will even ask you, do you want to import your favorites from Internet Explorer when you install it? And you can say yes, and then all of your favorites from Internet Explorer will be transferred to Firefox. Firefox calls favorites bookmarks. Same thing. They both work exactly the same way, just 2 different names, bookmarks versus favorites. And again, the second answer, you will not lose any information. It will not change any settings on your computer when you make the conversion to the safer, faster Firefox. So good job on making that move to Firefox, and thanks all of you for writing this week. Have a good first week of December, and we'll talk to you soon with another edition of Rick Answers His Email.